Hey, what's going on, everybody? Vasset here at Outdoors with V. Welcome to this episode. I got a special guest with me here today, my Uncle Brett. Come on over here, man.
How's everybody doing? I'm glad to be here. Beautiful day and a beautiful view. Personally, in my own life, I've had a lot of a camping experience since I've been about 16, but I've only really done family campsites where multiple people were around. This is my first time at a remote location, so I'm really looking forward to the privacy, and man, this is a beautiful place. What we have here is the Coleman River Gorge 6-person tent. Vasset had me use it last year on a camping trip, and it was pretty cold out there. I mean, this could be all year round tent for him. I mean, he wears shorts when it's 60 degrees outside, so.
All right, everybody, we got both our tents up. Brett's inside of his right now, putting together his sleep system. He said he was using the Coleman River Gorge 6-person tent, as you guys can remember, but I am using, you've seen it twice here on the channel, the Teton Sports Mountain Ultra 4-person tent. Real excited about using that on this trip. Here in just a minute, I'm gonna put a tarp up so we can have some shade. We're right underneath the sun. There's no tree coverage or anything like that, so we're kind of burning up. I'm gonna put a tarp up on top of Brett's tent there since it's the tallest, and then we're gonna anchor it that way. We're gonna do some cooking. We got some cheeseburgers for lunch, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll bring y'all back here shortly.
Of lime.
When I snap my fingers, you're gonna see the perfect burger. All right, everybody. We're sitting here enjoying these burgers. Brett was asking me about what I use to season my burgers. So I know a lot of you, usually when you cook burgers, you want to season it before you put it in the skillet, right? But I didn't want to make a big mess. So I use Gourmet Burger Seasoning by Weber. I don't know if y'all can see that there, but this is really good stuff. Now, because it's in the pan, when you cook it, the pan will sear a lot of that seasoning off. So you really gotta get it on there really good. But I think I seasoned it pretty well. I mean, it tastes pretty good.
I like the seasoning a lot, but I'm a big Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce guy. So when it comes to steak, any type of beef hamburgers, that's what I'm, basically marinating with.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Even if I do put that on there too, I gotta have the Lee & Perrins.
Oh, for me, steak, yeah. A lot of people do it that way, but for me, I like. So first of all, when I cook it, medium rare, salt, pepper, garlic, I'm good to go. We haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk to you guys very much because we've been setting up camp, cooking, and things like that. But we got this tarp up. We're in the shade. The table and the napkins and what we cooked on is not. I know you probably already saw that, but we're covered. We're feeling good. And we're just enjoying this view, looking at the mountains.
We had a really nice breeze earlier, and I'm glad we did because when we first got here, it was just dead heat. I mean, it was still cooler, maybe 10 degrees cooler than when we were at the bottom of the mountain, but when we first got up here, it was tough, setting everything up, and then...
You're actually a little red. Yeah. I don't get red, I get tan.
Well, I probably got a little sunburn.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah. I had to borrow some of his. I didn't bring my own, but yeah, I'm getting.
I had the SPF 50.
I think I'm probably 2 shades tanner than I was when I got here. No joke. I got. As a matter of fact, if I take my watch off right now, I guarantee you. Yeah, can y'all see? I don't know if y'all can see that, but I know Brett can. Can y'all see that? Look at that. So anyway, but yeah, so. Anyway, everybody, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna enjoy our lunch, our late lunch. It took a while for us to set everything up. It's 3:55 p.m. I think we got here at like, what, 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. We're going to sit here. We're going to enjoy our burgers, relax for a little bit, and we'll bring y'all back when we're done eating. Brett, you found something, man. What do you want to show us?
Well, this is what you call the devil's walking stick.
Let me see. What you got?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, look at those thorns. You do not want to fall in that. Everything down there is probably prickly too.
This stuff's gonna burn. It's gonna burn real good. Hear that snap? Super dry. Oh yeah. This is good enough right here to get us going later on when we do a fire. All right, so as y'all saw there, we finished eating. Those burgers were pretty good. And Brett just decided to do a little bit of exploring down this trail here, and he found those thorns. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a few video cameras myself back in the day and did a lot of camping and different things with my friends. So I really enjoy filming and stuff too, and editing.
Oh yeah, definitely. When I was younger, Brett actually used to take me on camping trips a lot. So first of all, I've known Brett since 2000 what? Oh man.
Maybe 2002,
2002. I mean, basically, I just turned like, I don't know, 16, 15?
16.
Yeah. So I'm 37 now. So, I mean, shoot, we've known each other for a very long time. And
I'm 42 now.
Yeah, 42. Yep, 42. Not that far off. Yeah. So, for those wondering, we look very different, right? So he married in the family. He married my aunt. Sorry, shook the table there. He married my aunt. We've been like best friends since. And so, obviously we're not that far apart in age. We love camping. We love outdoors. We love sports. I mean, we love a lot of the same things. But, so he took me on my first time going to Virginia Creeper Trail.
Right.
Damascus,
Virginia.
and we've been like, I don't know, 5, 6 times since.
I tried to make it an annual thing at one point, but I think once I started having kids, it was, every couple of years or something. We went in 2020 and had a great trip, maybe the smoothest trip I've ever been on. Went with him, his younger brother, and my 2 sons, and it was perfect when we went.
It was just the guys. It was awesome. We had a great time.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Virginia Creeper Trail, it's a former railroad track that went from White Top Mountain to Abingdon, Virginia. The main stretch that we do is from White Top Station down to the town of Damascus. So that was a long time ago when they had the railroad through there. They call it the Virginia Creeper Trail because it had to slowly creep through the mountains. But now it's a hiking, biking, and horse trail. And we've done the biking part, downhill. But it's cool. The portion that we did is 17 miles in town. Before, it used to be just like 1 or 2 places that did bike shuttles. But it kind of blew up, and now the whole town is pretty much focused around that economy.
And there's like, what, 3 or 4 bike shops you can rent from. You don't have to bring your own bike.
It might be more than that.
Yeah, it might be more than that, yeah. And the really cool thing about that, is like when you're on the trail, it's not a straight, you said, what is it, 17? Is it 17 miles?
The portion that we did is
17 miles. So it's not, you can stop. There's scenic areas where you can stop, whether it's a creek, a mountain view, something like that. And you can stop for food, for ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also intersects with the Appalachian Trail, too.
Yep, it sure does. Yeah. It sure does. So yeah, if you're, into biking, you've never done the Virginia Creeper Trail and you're visiting Virginia or you're from Virginia, you've never done it, definitely do it. It's a really cool trail.
And you don't really have to be in great shape to do it either, because it's going downhill. The roadway is really smooth for the most part. There's some parts that are flatter that you kind of have to put in some effort, but if you generally can ride a bike, you can do this.
Oh yeah, we've gone with folks where that was like the first time they rode a bike in years. I mean, once you know how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a bike. I mean, it's just one of those things. But no, you don't have to be in shape. You don't have to be a diehard cyclist or a mountain biker or anything like that. I mean, it's fairly easy. So
it's a great workout. By the time you're done, you'll be ready to sit down, but it's possible to do.
Absolutely. You guys have probably noticed by now that I did put up another tarp behind us. So the sun is setting and it's setting down over here, and it was just coming in and just hitting us right in the face. We were getting super hot. So not only do we have the tarp above us, but we got one behind us as well. So we're protected. We're in the shade, and we're just chilling. We're relaxing.
Yeah, I was getting sunburn on this knee over here.
He's getting burnt, everybody. He's getting burnt.
I put on some sunblock, but I think it's time to reapply.
Yeah. And we're about 2,600 feet. And I mean, that's really not a lot in elevation, but you would think it'd be a little bit cooler up here. And it is. I think Brett talked about it earlier, but it's still pretty hot. It's still pretty warm. I'm thinking it might be a little chilly tonight when it gets dark and into the morning. But it's warm. It's warm. And the bugs are out. They're out. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. So.
One layer is sunblock, the other layer is bug spray.
Yeah.
And then as far as the temp goes, well, my watch here is saying 84, and that's connecting with the phone, but we're higher up, so we could probably just assume that it's probably 74 or 75.
Yep.
But there's no breeze, and it's no coverage of the trees, really. They're too far away to give us any shade, so it's right at us.
Yeah, yeah. But we're gonna chill for a little bit. We're gonna hang out. By the way, I wanted to mention this to everyone. Brett here has never had a freeze-dried meal, and so I have a ton of them. I brought, you know, a bunch of them to, you know, on the trip here, and I'm gonna get him to choose which flavor, which brand he wants to try. But he's excited about that. We're gonna bring y'all back a little bit later, but for now, we're just gonna hang out. Talk to you soon. What's up? What's going on? We're gonna go for a stroll here and do some exploring. I'm gonna show Brett around. Obviously, this is, again, the first time he's been here, as he said earlier.
Yeah, you got to be careful out here because, you know, as an adult, I try to avoid pain as much as possible. You know, when I was a kid, I was getting pain all the time because, you know, you're running, you're jumping, you're being energetic, you're trying to do stunts, you're falling down and twisting stuff and falling on stuff, but you know, you snap out of it, you get right back up. When you get older, you don't. It takes a lot longer, and it hurts way worse.
Absolutely. And just like I mentioned in my last adventure, I'm feeling it. As I get older, year by year, I'm feeling it. Ankles, knees, shoulders, oh my God, everything. Check out this view. Wow.
Whether you're in the mountains of Virginia or you're at the Grand Canyon, when you're in a high elevation like this and you're looking far out, there's that blue effect. I don't know what it is exactly, but being so far away, it almost looks unreal, but it is real and it's beautiful.
Speaking of the Grand Canyon, you just visited the Grand Canyon, what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
Beginning of April.
Yeah, Brett went on an adventure with his family to Arizona and a couple other places. Oh yeah, drove out to, you rented a car, you drove out to where again?
Well, got there, we flew to Phoenix, drove to Holbrook, which is near the Painted Desert State Park. It's a 30-mile park you get to drive through and see all the different landscapes. It's almost like Mars up there, you know, it looks so foreign, you know. And we went from there over to, stayed in Flagstaff, drove up to the Grand Canyon. Just saw about a third of the Grand Canyon because of the time constraints we had, but definitely got me remembering that, just looking out here with that blue effect. When you look so far out, it just looks like it goes on forever. And like I said, it almost looks like it's not real, but it is.
Imagine waking up to that every single day. You know, there's people that live in the mountains and get to see this all the time. Oh my gosh.
You know, the United States is a beautiful country. I mean, you don't even have to go anywhere else to see like all the different types of environments, biomes, mountains, desert. It's all here. And not to take away from where we're at, you know, here by talking about Arizona today, but you know, home is home, and you know, green feels like home for Virginians. You know, it's beautiful.
Absolutely. As you can see here, a lot of grading construction has been done here. A lot of gravel has been put down so that this trail leading up to this ridge is more accessible to, you know, truck campers, overlanders, you know, folks with 4x4s and all that stuff. So it is nice to be able to, you know, drive all the way up to the top, you know, with all of this grading and construction that's been done. So really cool.
That shade feels great.
It does. It feels amazing.
I'm staying here for a while.
I don't know if y'all heard that. The camera wasn't on us, but Brett says the shade feels really good, and we're actually about to get to a point where there's not going to be any more shade for a while. But if you look back, we just enjoyed, I don't know, 3-4 minutes of shade. That was nice. Really nice. Ooh. I got that on camera. It's loose, y'all. It's loose.
Tread lightly.
Yeah. Definitely. Watch where you're walking.
It's getting even steeper right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This steep
came up here in the truck. I know you got 4-wheel drive, but man.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yee, this is still steep.
It's steeper than it looks on camera, by the way. Just so y'all know.
Now this is some manageable gravel.
Oh yeah, see this is basically what it was like before. And if y'all can remember, the second episode on my channel, this is where I backed my truck at. Wow, this is where I backed my truck up at, and then I walked the rest of the way up to the ridge. So, but yeah, let's see how far it goes. Yeah, I didn't check that out last time.
Pardon the labored breathing.
Yeah, like we said, it's more steep than it looks on camera, for sure. This is probably when you want to watch your step too, because there might be some animal droppings.
Or some coiled up critters.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, you gotta watch out, watch your step.
Ooh, oh yeah, you're getting real thick right here.
Getting a little thick right here. A little thicker than I'd like.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'd like to have
I'd like
to have my backpack and a few other things if we're gonna go in that. Yeah, and some water.
But you can tell it was a road.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it goes down there a ways, but it's just overgrown now.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. This is the kind of trail when you're just like, yo bear! Yo
Actually,
bear!
Hold on a minute, man. This is some good shade. We ain't getting much of that once we pop back out there.
Let's go grab our tents and bring them down here. Yeah. Oh, is that good? Is that good cinematic? Is it good? No, that's too fast. Whatever, I don't know what to do.
It's like if the bushes are rocking, don't come a knocking.
That's something. Oh, here we go. Got something right here. What is that? Deer?
It looks like a deer hooves.
Yeah, it's deer.
You know.
Yep. That's cool.
Well, we got our work cut out for us here in about a second.
Yeah. Hey, we walked a lot further than we thought or wanted to, but you know that shade was really nice, so that allowed us to walk another, like 5 minutes.
But I'm getting my steps in here. See.
Hey, show them what we got going on here. Show them what we got. Here we go. That's what we're doing.
My gosh.
Yeah, and then when we get up there, there's actually more to go. And we should have brought water, maybe a backpack, but it's not like we can get lost or anything like that unless we go way, out off trail there.
I'm not dying. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be thirsty when we get up there, but we're fine. We're fine. 3, 4, 5. All right, that's enough reps for today. Look at that leaning tree.
It's leaning the right way, away from us.
All right, everybody, we just took some time. We relaxed, we chilled out for a little bit. We went on that hike, and we wanted to rehydrate and just hang out for a bit and talk. But it is now time to pull out these bagged meals, because as I said earlier, Brett has never enjoyed one of these before. I have several options here. I'm going to lay them out, and we're going to allow Brett here to choose what he wants to try tonight. So let me take these out. I'm going to lay these out, and I'm going to bring you a little closer. All right, Brett. Let's see what we got. All right. I'm going to let you say them out, okay?
Yeah, I think you need me to pronounce that.
I need it. All right, I'll be honest. I can't pronounce that, man. What does that say?
That says beef bolognese.
Bolognese. I would have said bolognese.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Backpacker's Pantry. That's one of my favorite backpacking meals, brand-wise. All right, lasagna with meat sauce by Mountain House. We got beef stew by Mountain House. What's that say there, Brett?
Fettuccine Alfredo with chicken.
All right. I can pronounce that, by the way, fettuccine. I want him to do some reading, too.
Con pollo.
Here we go.
Sweet pork and rice.
By Peak Refuel. All right.
Wow.
And then we got
Backcountry Bison Bowl. Very good.
Backcountry Bison Bowl, yep. And then finally, the last option is, again, Peak Refuel.
Venison country casserole.
Yep.
So some deer meat here.
That's right.
Nice.
All right, so with that said, which one do you want?
Without a doubt, I'm picking the sweet pork and rice. By the way, Vasette, I really appreciate this. Again, this is the first time I've had one of these meals like this. Thanks for hooking me up, man.
Now, something interesting here. Usually, like 100% of the time, there is a oxygen absorber at the top. And I am looking in here. Can y'all see one in there? Let's make sure that these come with, and I've opened one of these before, but yeah, it says open pouch at tear mark, remove oxygen absorber. So, and I was gonna say, like, I've opened one of these before and it was definitely in there. So we're gonna cut the camera off here and we're gonna pour this out into a bowl, and because we don't want to take any chances and eat plastic, so, and other stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so there was not a oxygen absorber in this bag at all. We dumped out the contents, and so yeah, we put everything back in, added the boiling water. We're gonna set this aside for 10 minutes and we're gonna enjoy it. Here we go, man. This should be ready now. I'm gonna give you the bag and I'm gonna give you a long handle spoon. I want you to have the full experience. There you are, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. The real deal here.
Yeah, yeah.
True camping. Oh, man.
What does that even mean anymore?
What I'm doing right now.
I'm gonna zoom in on you, man. Come on, try it. What does he think?
Man, it's like an explosion of flavors, really.
Okay.
It's like a lot of different spices and...
Now, some people I've talked to think it's too sweet. Do you think it's too sweet?
No.
No?
I really like this a lot.
Do you? Okay.
I mean, and it's like everything in here really like complements each other. You got the meat, the rice, the corn, nice touch. you know?
Yeah.
So good. And look what we got, some red, there must be a pepper or something right there.
Yep.
No, I love it, man.
Awesome,
thank
man.
you. And what was that, black beans?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
The ingredients are on the back, everything.
I don't like black beans in all situations, but
Right.
this is really good in here.
Awesome. Man, I'm glad you like it, man, because, you know, even though we got plenty of bag meals, you know, that one, in my opinion, will Peak Refuel out of all of those, obviously have the most food, but in terms of robust flavors, man, I mean, there's a lot of flavor in those.
This is not too sweet. It's great.
Awesome.
I love it, man.
Awesome, man. Sweet. All right, everybody. So, update time. Brett has chosen not to share the meal.
You can't have none, man.
We're going to share that thing. There's a lot of food in there, but he thinks he can finish it. So what I'm going to do, because I want him to try another one, I'm going to go with the backcountry bison bowl. All right, so I'm going to do that one, and he's going to get some of that too, but we're going to have a feast tonight. So, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to have a good time eating these bag meals, and we'll bring y'all back later. All right, everybody. Sunset right over there. Beautiful. Hopefully you can see that. And Brett, it's getting a little chilly. It's getting a little chilly. We're on top of this mountain. Again, we're about what? I actually really looked it up. I wanted an exact.
It was like 2,800.
Yeah, we looked it up. We're about 3,000, almost 3,000. So 28 and 97, something like that.
Sounds about right.
So you tried the sweet pork and rice. You loved it. Then you tried this guy. And you liked that one too, right?
I did.
All right.
I did.
So which one was your favorite?
Definitely this one.
Yeah. I think, personally, I think that one tastes better too. Yeah.
I'll say that both of them taste great. And I would be happy to eat either one if given the choice. But between the two of them, this one won it out, you know?
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm glad you liked it, man. I was a little nervous because we had those cheeseburgers earlier, but we didn't bring anything else to actually cook. So everything else for dinner was a bagged meal. So I'm happy you liked it, man.
This one was just a little bit more flavorful than the other one. I mean, the other one would be fine. Just add a little bit of spices for yourself, some salt, maybe something else. But
yeah.
No, they were great, and I think this brand overall is a good brand.
Awesome.
I mean, I know it's the only ones I've had so far, but it's a premium one.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. For all the folks out there that have never had a bagged meal, you heard it here first today, right here from Brett, all right? Not from me, but from Brett, who's never had them, who's a guest on this channel. You heard it here. If you want to start eating bagged meals, you want to try these. This is what you want to start with, all right? And then the standard is high after that.
Now, you know, I told you which ones I liked and stuff from earlier, but the one I really want to try in the future is the biscuits with the jalapeno. You know.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Pinnacle Foods. Yeah. Oh man,
that one's on my list to
man.
try.
Yeah, you're gonna love that. And they have other great flavors too, but that one's a really good one. So awesome, man. Well, listen, everybody, it's getting dark, and in a minute we're gonna clean up this table behind us, finish our food, and then we're gonna work on the fire, bring y'all back.
Whippoorwill.
Yep. He's right there in them bushes too, man.
I don't know, he likes us being here. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill.
Yeah, you did that a whole lot better than I could.
You know, when I was growing up, I was trying to sleep in on the weekend. I was a high school kid, and like these damn birds, man, they would be outside my window waking me up way too early on a Saturday.
I believe it, man. I believe it. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, he took a break for now, but we'll hear him again. All right, everybody. It's fire time. I'm gonna get these set up here. I'm just gonna use these paper towels. Not very windy at all tonight, so I'm gonna leave that there. Put these sticks on top. Real simple. We're not trying to do anything fancy tonight. We got these sticks on that trail earlier that Brett found. And we brought some firewood with us as well from home. So we're gonna be able to feed this thing and have a nice fire tonight. Brett, you ready for the fire, man?
Definitely. Once that sun went down, so did all the warmth we had.
Oh yeah.
Get that nice teepee going here.
Yeah, man.
That's one thing that I had to learn when I was first started camping, you know, basically just the science of this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Before, you know, we were doing dumb things like just laying the logs down, you know. I guess I was thinking about my dad's fireplace where he had a little grate, but it don't work like that outside, you know.
Nope, not at all, man. This part of the fire here, this part of the fire making process, this is the most important part. You really got to watch it. And once these really dry sticks start to go, then you want to start feeding it. So we have some little firewood that someone left that I'm going to start feeding this fire with here in just a minute. But I'm going to let this side catch, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll start putting the big pieces in. Nice. These were super dry. Like the snap on these twigs, it was perfect. Sweet. Let me go ahead and put this, that. This guy right here. This guy right here. This little one. And this is a little heavy. I'm going to wait on this one. Put that there for now and let that go. All right, everybody, we're sitting here at the fire. Really, really nice evening. It did get a little chilly, as Brett said, once that sun set and it got dark out here. It got a little chilly, so this fire feels real nice. It's perfect, and yeah, we're enjoying it. Oh yeah. How you feeling, Brett?
Good. I think there's only one thing that would make you better.
Oh yeah, I agree. And that are these two Modelo's here. Yeah. All right, so let's pop these open and have a drink. There you are.
Thank you.
Salud.
Salud.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's real good.
Man, that is good at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And it's cold, like super cold. This has been sitting in the cooler since, what, 8:30 this morning? Yeah.
I think we earned it with that hike.
Oh, we did. We earned it. We earned it. We definitely earned it. About that hike earlier, it was really nice. And I think I said this while we were, going down that trail there. But it was a little more difficult to walk on it, in comparison to when I hiked up here, episodes ago when I did that backpacking trip, because the gravel is so loose, you know what I mean? And when we got back to the campsite, it almost felt like, I don't know about you, but my ankles were kind of sore, my toes were sore because of all the slipping and sliding, but it was nice. It was a good workout.
My quads felt like they were going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, but we both agree that I think we're going to sleep really good tonight. sleep really good tonight.
Definitely.
So
We've had some good food all day, man.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm super happy that you were satisfied with the meal. More than satisfied, actually. You really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think we want to tell some stories.
Definitely.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, let's do it. So, maybe we'll tell one or two, but I think we'll start with you, man. I know that we kind of talked about this earlier. You wanted to tell folks about a particular trip. We talked about Damascus, right? We're not going to name any names or anything like that, but we had this funny trip, and we're not complaining, but it was a interesting trip. And sometimes you go on these trips, and the more people you bring with you, sometimes it can be a headache, and sometimes people slow you down. But I'll let Brett tell the rest of the story. So.
Well, we're hanging out with a group of people, and one of them that we were talking to, at the last minute, he said he wasn't able to come, but I had reserved so many bikes for the shuttle, and I just didn't want him to be missing from our party. I just wanted everyone to, have a good time.
Keep talking, Brad. I'm going to feed this fire.
So the next day we got up, drove towards, Damascus. We stopped for breakfast. First thing this guy says is, I forgot my wallet.
Did you say we were a Cracker Barrel?
Cracker
You
Barrel.
did say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So didn't have a ride, hooked him up. Didn't have his money. Thought, well, we're this far out. I guess we gotta cover him.
Yep, we gotta cover him. Yep.
So that means that we're gonna be covering the whole thing because now he's coming out here to bike with us. We go out there, get camped out. I think it rained hard at first when we first got there, but
it did.
It chilled out, and we actually had a really good time that night. Hung out, played football.
It did rain a lot because later in the trip, you warned two of the people that came with us. One of them was the guy that didn't have his wallet and all that. You told him straight up, your socks are wet. You need to dry them out, or you're gonna have blisters on your feet and all this other stuff. And they didn't listen to you, and they ended up with crazy blisters when they were walking and biking the next day.
I actually forgot about that part.
Yeah, I remember because they their feet were super wet. They didn't have any waterproof shoes or anything like that. And instead of hanging them to dry, they literally just threw them on the bench and just let them get rained on some more and and all this other stuff. Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead. Yeah. I remember that.
So we have a great time that night. Hang out. We played some football, sang some songs. Ate some good food, and the next day we all headed out to the shuttle. So of course we had to pay for the bike shuttle for him and everything, and everybody was super psyched to go. So as I was talking to you about earlier, the Creeper Trail, it kind of meanders down through the mountain, and it intersects with the creek, and there's these big tall trestles that the train used to go over. I mean, some of them are pretty high above the creek. So this is a guy that really doesn't have a lot of camping experience, or maybe not even a lot
None at all.
Maybe not even a lot of bicycle experience.
Right.
But we're like just maybe a mile into the 17-mile trip here, and he approaches that first trestle. He sees how high up it is. He freaks out, okay? Slams on his brakes, okay? Mind you, he's got people behind him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
So the guy behind him runs into his bike and hits that back tire so hard that his tire turns into the shape of an S.
Yeah, it was a nasty situation. No one got hurt, really. Not at all, really.
Nobody got hurt.
No one was so injured that they couldn't walk or anything like that. But it was a shock to the two of those guys, and that bike was history. It was done.
It was done, and the guy who ran to the back of him got a real bad attitude about it. So much so that we had somehow worked it out that we were just going to meet the guys we're going to go back to the top and meet the guys and get them to bring another bike or something. And he was like, forget it. I'm leaving this bike right here. They can come get it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know that's not their fault. You know,
Yeah, and
you got to take some responsibility with it. So here we are. Just started now. We got to walk all the way back to the top, bike up to the top. Everybody's in a bad mood. And it took a few hours to get the next bike, you know?
It did. It did.
And, you know, basically, he had such a bad attitude when the guy came up to give him the bike. He's like, you can go down there a mile and get it. And then the guy's like, don't ever come back here.
The owner.
Yeah, he said, don't ever come back to my
gosh,
business.
that guy was, and rightfully so. I mean, the situation was just ugly all the way around, but he was extremely mad. The owner of the place, of the bike place that we rented that bike from, the one that was damaged. Yeah.
So we finally got back on the trail and made a day of it, you know. But I think really the takeaway here is that some things are just not meant to be.
Yep.
I had the fear of missing out, the FOMO, that I had this trip planned in my head. I wanted this many people to go. Nothing was going to stop me. That I went out of my way 3 or 4 times to make sure this one person was able to go. And then he basically wrecked the whole trip.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of got our group banned from that bike shop for a year.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And
we were talking about this earlier. I mean, and basically, you know, so many people wanted to go, right? But they only wanted to go if their partner or their friend or their best buddy wanted to go. Would go with us, right? And so Brett, you know, being the really, you know, nice guy that he is, he wants everybody to have fun. He wants everybody to be included. And he wanted, you know, a certain amount of people to go. So we accommodated everybody. And, you know, and like you said, the takeaway is, you know, basically like, it's not going to go the way you wanted to go for the most part. And I think I said this earlier too, the more people that go with you, the more that you're going to have to, you know, come up with what you want to do as a group versus, you know, this person does that on their own, so on and so forth. But it's tough.
yeah, it's like a lot more anomalies when you're dealing with multiple people and their preferences.
It really is. But I'm going to tell you this right now. It's just us two out here.
Yeah.
And I don't think this could have gone any more smooth.
We're on the same page.
We're on the same page over and over again. You know, we're talking, communicating, helping each other out, so on and so forth. And that's how a camping trip should be. But again, the more people that come with you, that go with you, I should say, the more potential there is that there's going to be arguments, or not just arguments, but like, you know, disagreements. You know what I mean? On how to handle situations.
I mean, granted, I will say this: a lot of these people were young at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't understand, you know, the etiquette and just the courtesy.
Yeah.
Towards me for what I was doing for them. But you know, sometimes you can't just be the savior of everything. It wasn't their fate to go, at least that guy, because he didn't have the money and he wasn't ready. And you can't just pay for everybody all the time. You kind of got to let things flow.
Right.
If you intervene too much, it can actually, you know, domino effect into something that you didn't even intentionally mean to happen, like something worse, you know. Yeah.
And at the time, Brett's kind of like his biggest worry was that if he didn't go, well, this guy wouldn't go, and now it's gone from, you know, potentially 6, 7, you know, people to only 4 or 5, right? So, and I completely get that situation because I was definitely a lot younger then too, but even then I was on the same page as you. So, yeah, man. I mean, you know, it doesn't always work out, but tonight worked out.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, it worked out. It worked out. And let me tell you this, y'all. First of all, you guys already know this. You've never seen Brett here on my channel, and I don't even know if I've mentioned my uncle, right, and all this other stuff. But I don't think I've ever mentioned him by name. So this is his first time on camera, right? You know, posting on this YouTube channel. So he's doing great, man. You're doing great, dude. Yeah. We're gonna do this again for sure. But yeah, man, I've had a great time today, and I'm glad we're out here, man.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Absolutely.
And thanks for doing all the filming. This has been a lot of fun today.
Oh yeah, he did some filming too. He put some ideas in there. Yeah.
I've got a little bit of experience with it.
Oh, he does. Oh yeah. Back in the day, he used to film everything. Yeah, he used to film some of my football games actually. Yeah, when I was, you know, in high school. But cool, he's put together some things. Yeah, so he's got some experience for sure. Yeah, man. All right, everybody. So we'll be honest. We've been sitting here trying to figure out another story to tell you, but something mutual, right? So it just dawned on me, like literally 2 seconds ago, that this guy right here, he taught me how to drive. He taught me how to drive, okay? So y'all already know he married into the family. He married my aunt, you know, my aunt, his wife. So she initially taught me how to drive, but my lessons with her were in a church parking lot. The parking lot was pretty big, but you know, turning into traffic and you know, driving over a bridge or over, you're on a highway or whatever, never did that. I asked my dad a few times to teach me or whatever. He didn't want to get behind the wheel with me. I was a pretty crazy kid. So Brett here shows up to my house one day in his Pontiac Vibe. Early 2000s Pontiac Vibe. They don't make them anymore.
It's kind of like a hybrid, like car SUV.
Yeah.
It was small.
Like a crossover hatchback kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The Toyota Matrix was kind of similar to it. The old one, the older Toyota Matrix.
Yeah, that's, you know, the sister company or something.
Yeah.
I know what it was. They kind of worked together to make a car, so.
They did.
So
but,
that was their brand of it.
Yeah. So he showed up in his Pontiac Vibe, and he looks at me and goes, "Vasette, let's go. You're driving to your grandmother's." Okay, my grandmother's house is 25, 30 minutes away, and it's like, you know, a highway. It's a bridge. I think at the time you had to go over this really long bridge to get there. But anyway, I'm 16, okay? So I'm really nervous. And so I couldn't believe it. But hey, he gave me the keys. I got in the car. He got in the car. He was confident. I wasn't. So we're driving. The very first mistake I make, and first of all, I want to say this. This dude was ruthless, man. Like, he didn't give me any leeway, any slack at all. I did this left turn or something, and I may not have used my signal, but it was a really bad turn. I think I almost did a U-turn into like a curb or something.
It wasn't smooth.
It wasn't smooth at all. And he goes, "Vasette, that was completely unacceptable." He looked me right in my face. And at that moment, man, I'm telling you, I'm just like, I don't want to drive anymore. But anyway, we continue on. But I just want to get to the moral of the story. I'm going to get to it. I'm driving. I'm scared a little bit, right? I'm a little intimidated by the road and other drivers that are like just passing me and whatnot. But we did it. You know what I mean? And he had confidence in me, right? I drove all the way there. You know what I mean? Parked in my grandmother's driveway, and there were a little bit more mistakes here and there. You know, I was super careful after that, but we got there. But then we had to drive back. Yeah. And I remember this because what happened was he said that was enough for the day. You did. That was enough for the day, and he actually ended up driving back. So I didn't have to drive back. But it was an awesome lesson because, like, everybody else, either they didn't want to get in the car with me or we were just in a parking lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man, he taught me how to drive. And, yeah.
I want to say this, you know, of course, that's a long time ago.
Yep.
He's come a long way.
I remember like it was yesterday, though.
Yeah.
Be honest, like I needed to help him out a little bit, but I remember like it was yesterday because it was a bigger impact on me than it was on him. You know what I mean?
And I actually just said this to my wife the other day. I really meant it. I told her, you know, because she was talking about riding with other people, and I told her, I said, there's pretty much almost two people that I trust to ride with, and that's you and Vasette.
That's right.
And
yeah. Wow.
I truly mean it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He rode with me all the way here. It was like almost a 3-hour ride, so it was nice too. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, man. Thanks for teaching me how to drive.
Oh, sure, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah. All right, everybody. We finished our beers. We told some good stories, and we're just gonna kind of hang out near the fire. Enjoy the night, enjoy the birds, enjoy the moon. But I think we're ready to call it a night, right?
Not yet.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm saving this for last. I got a little surprise for you.
We got some more food?
No, man. You ain't full yet?
No, I mean, I could go for, you got some Funyuns right here, but no, I could go for some, like, I don't know, candy or something. What you got, man?
Check
What you
this
got?
out.
Oh, Lord. What you got?
I brought the Switch.
He brought the Nintendo Switch.
Check it out, man.
Yeah, I remember playing this in one of our Damascus trips, man, because you had the little big screen here standing up, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, we're going to play together, and
sweet.
I got a controller for you to play.
Oh, nice. My own
The
controller.
Pro controller, baby.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So what were we playing?
Come on, man.
We're gonna play Mario Kart. Mario Kart again?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's do it. Yeah, and it's gonna be a whole lot easier with a controller. Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, look, guys, we're definitely gonna call it a night now. But look, all jokes aside, we're gonna play some video games. We had a great time with everybody today, camping out, having good conversation, enjoying the fire, eating good food. We're gonna call it a night. I had a great time with everybody. We'll see y'all in the morning.
Have a good one.
Have a good night. Hey, good morning, everybody. The time is 7:50. It's about 55 degrees. Checking out this beautiful view behind me here. I'm gonna check on my man Brett. I think he's up. Let's go check on him. What's going on, man?
Hey, good morning.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. A little bit tired, but I'm good.
Did you sleep all right?
Yeah, I did. On my new mattress, actually.
Oh man, that's right. We didn't talk about that. So tell everybody, man, what you got there? What you sleeping on?
I went all out. I got the Hess mattress, man.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Nice, nice. And what do you think?
Oh, I approve. I mean, this is the most comfortable I've ever been camping, you know?
Awesome,
You
dude.
don't have to worry about any rocks in your back or roots, you know?
That's right.
This is the way to go.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. As many of you know, I invested in that Hess mattress as well. I 100% approve, and it is literally the most comfortable camping mattress. I mean, you really use it for anything, really. You know, you could use it at home if you want to, but you know, if you're truck camping, bring it with you. You'll be super comfortable. You won't regret it. We're gonna go ahead and make some breakfast and some coffee here soon. We'll bring y'all back just a minute.
Good morning. I'm about to eat this cinnamon roll oatmeal here for the first time. That's really good, Bassett. I've had like an apple and cinnamon before, but this is good.
I'm glad you like it, man. I think the name of that company, I lost the wrapper. I don't know where it went. I'll have to find it later, but I think the company is called Better Oats. And yeah, cinnamon roll, super good. We're going to make the coffee now, but Brett's like, man, I can't wait anymore, man. Turn that camera off or just film me. Bring y'all back here in just a minute. All right, everybody, oatmeal's done. Coffee, way too hot right now. So we're just gonna wait on that. Oh yeah, this is apple cinnamon by Kodak. It's like a protein oatmeal, really good. It's a really nice morning. We can hear the birds. It's starting to get a little warmer, but there's a slight chill in the air. It still feels really good out here. But you know, I just want to ask Brett, what did you think, man? Overall, what do you think about the trip?
I don't think we could have asked for better weather. Like, every condition was perfect. Everything went by perfectly. We had great food. We had fun. We actually got some exercise.
Big time, yeah.
We got to get the campfire going, and we even got to play some video games. So
We did. That was really fun. We ended up going to bed at I went to bed at 1 a.m. or something crazy like that. But I think we played 3 races or something in Mario Kart.
Well, we did 2 rounds that had 4 races each in them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it, okay. Yeah, it was really fun. Playing Mario Kart, that, we go way back. We've been playing that for a long time when we were young.
Since Super Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Funny story before we end this. So I was telling Brett this last night. My cousin and I, we used to play Mario Kart. We used to play Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. We used to play all sorts of games. And I remember we would go toe-to-toe, man-to-man all the time on the video game. And it would always be all right, man, best out of 3, best out of 5, best out of this, best out of that. And then when one of us finally got so frustrated that, the other was just whooping us really bad, instead of allowing the game to finish, like a fatality or the final run or going through a finish line or something like that, the moment you're about to beat him again, he'll turn the Super Nintendo off or whatever console we're using. He'll turn that off right before the win. Or I'll do the same to him. We did that to each other for years, man. It was really hilarious. Really hilarious. I was telling him that and he was like, that is super messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Not very sportsmanlike.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we were young, we didn't care. We just oh man, I'm so sick of you whooping me. You know what I mean? So
you know what I thought about just now when you said that? When you guys used to play Madden, and it would get really competitive, one of you guys came back on each other and it's a tied score, you'd stand up and be like, all right, I'm getting serious now.
We did do that. Yeah, we would be like, it's almost like we stood up and we're just like, all right, this whole time I ain't been really playing for real. I'm gonna play for real now. Yeah. So, but no, man, it's awesome you brought up Madden. I mean, we used to play that all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Even before we did all the online stuff. Yeah. So all the online stuff before. I mean, I never really got into it, but
that was when couch co-op was still a real big thing,
Yeah, you invite your friends over, your family, your boys, or whoever, and you just play Madden against each other all night. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks so much again for joining us here on this adventure. Thank you, Brett, for coming along with me, man. I had a great time.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. We're gonna do this again in the future. Hopefully, you all liked everything you saw here, and definitely, if you did, please hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel. I hope everybody has an awesome Sunday. By the way, today is Father's Day.
Yeah.
Today's Father's Day, Sunday, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to our fathers. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. We're
To
both
you as
dads. Yeah, both of us have 3 kids. You already know about mine. He kind of talked a little bit about them yesterday. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your weekend and a safe and productive week coming up. Till next time, everybody. Take care.